Hey guys, welcome to Price Genie. I'm going to do a probably about a 20-minute video just kind of going through this app. What is Price Genie? Price Genie is a competitor tracking app. And so basically it has the capability of tracking private websites, any of your competitor websites that you may find that sells your product from your Shopify store. It could also track marketplaces like Amazon, eBay, Walmart, Target, Overstock, and there's several others, but we'll run through the app and you can see that. So anyways, let's open this up. All right, here's my Shopify store, my test store. First off, when you install the app, it's going to take you through an onboarding, which is basically going to have you create a match and a marketplace. You can skip that, but if you want to run through it, that's fine. We're not going to go through it today. But in order to create a match, first you have to create a marketplace in my app. And so we're going to go ahead and do that. I've already created a couple. I'm going to go ahead and delete them so we can do it all over again. A lot of times you're just going to basically create all these marketplaces right from the beginning, so that way you don't have to go back and do it again if you find a particular platform that's selling your product. But we're just going to do Amazon. It's already pre-filled out. And then let's say if you find a product on a competitor or competitors' websites that matches your products, then you just select custom marketplace and you can name it anything you want. And I'm just going to put test, but I would put the actual business or the competitor that you're competing against. And you don't have to fill any of this out. It's just if you want to put their base URL, their logo, it's just the options there, but you don't need to. Okay, so now we've created two marketplaces. So these are two competitors. It's a private website. This is a platform, marketplace platform, Amazon. We're going to go to product matching. Now, there's two ways that you could do product matching. You can do automatic or you can do manual. Automatic is awesome. It's a neat tool to have. But honestly, manual match is probably the way to go. And the reason being that you can, when you find a product that's your product, you've got it. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Automatic matching, what it's doing is first off, it's only going to work on the built-in marketplaces like Amazon, eBay, Walmart, Target, Overstock, eBay, and maybe a couple more that I have. But it's not going to work on private websites. And the being is, this app doesn't have the capability to scan the entire web automatically. But since the marketplaces are built in, it does have that capability. And so I'm going to select Amazon, and I'm going to find something that is common or maybe common on Amazon. This is just a test store, so I'm pretty limited. I'm thinking the Amazon may sell something like that. This looks like a very basic. And so what this is going to do is going to scan Amazon and look for the image and maybe even try to match the title. It may not find the exact product, or it may find the exact product. While I'm talking, I'll get it going because it does have to take a little time to search it. Ooh, that was quick. But you can see this looks pretty close. So you can select here and actually view it on the marketplace. So it's not it because it doesn't have the top. But you get the idea. It's going to search through and it's going to try to match that product. And so I'm just going to go ahead and map this product. And it's going to take a minute. Even though it's the exact one, I just want to kind of show you how it works. And so this module is going to remain here until the map is made, and it normally takes 30 seconds to a minute. So we're going to wait. Don't let me down now. There you go. And so we map 2759. You can go ahead and verify to make sure that it mapped the correct price. This is the competitor price. This is your price. I don't think you'd be selling yoga pants for $200, but so anyways, you can see that it mapped correctly. And so I'm going to go ahead and remove this. More times than none, you'll probably be using manual mapping. And so here's Amazon again. These are your products. I'm just using this as an example. And so I'm going to grab the URL from here. Oh, okay. And I'm going to paste it in here. Now I just wanted to, point out, I'm not going to do it, but let's say if you have one of your Shopify products that you want to match to 10 competitor products. Let's say you found 10 competitors selling your product. You can do it all at once. Just add URL and add all the URLs, and then you can map it. You don't have to create the maps one by one. It would take too long. I'm going to remove this. So we're mapping just like we did the automatic mapping. Perfect. Once again, just check the price. Actually, I like to do this when I'm selecting the right one. Just always double check the price, but 9 times 10 is 99.9% of the time is going to be right. So there we go. And so now let's go ahead and do this private website. And let's go ahead and map this product. This is your Shopify product. This is your competitor product, private website. Could be any one of your competitors. We're buffering, guys. We're buffering. I'm an old man, so I have these this old lingo going on still. Come on, don't let me down. There we go. Okay, so we mapped $40. I always select that link, $40, so work correctly. Perfect. Okay, so now that we have 2 mapped products, we're going to go to the pricing rules. That's the second thing you have to do. Mapping the products doesn't do anything alone. The only thing it's going to do is it's basically taking a product. This app is actually like creating a record in the database of that competitor match, that competitor product. But that's all it's doing. It's not going to monitor it until you create a pricing rule. But once you have it mapped, you want to create a pricing rule for it to do anything. This is a rule that I created, so I'm going to go ahead and delete it so we can start from scratch. There we go. Okay, I'm going to just do one match, but I'm going to step through these one by one, or actually just explain what it is. I'll probably do a separate video, and we're going to do every single map, but if I did that right now, it would probably be like a 2-hour long video. I don't think you guys could stand me for 2 hours. I'm probably putting you to sleep already. So we'll just do one. But anyways, percentage margin, and fixed margin basically does one thing. It if you want to set your prices, like let's say on weekends, you want to set your prices higher. If I want to set it like 10% higher, or if I want to set $5 higher or $5 lower, $10 lower, however you do it, you just go ahead and create this rule. And we're not going to walk through this one, but you just run through the prompts, and then it will do it manually, all at once rather, or you can set it on a schedule. Like let's say if on weekends, Saturdays and Sundays, you want to mark everything up 10% or $5, set it on a schedule for Saturday, Sunday, it'll run it every Saturday and Sunday. If you want to, set it back on weekdays, then you can set another schedule for that, and then it'll set it back on weekdays. You can do it all at once, or you can do it. Oh, let's go and do one. Let's do a percentage margin. Apply it all at once, just so you can see how it's done. I'm going to put test static. So I'm going to do all the products. Mark up. And I believe I have fixed margin, so I'll mark everything up $10. I believe I have all of my products set at $100. I'm not sure. But let's see if it works. And I don't have too many products in this test store, so it's not going to take too long. So right now it's just updating. And meanwhile, while that's happening, I'm going to go ahead and look at all my products. And there we go. So let's go ahead and do this bulk edit. Hopefully you guys can follow along with me. All right, so there we go. And so what I'm going to go ahead and do, actually I'm not going to do it. So in this particular store, I didn't have everything marked at $100, but what it did is it raised everything up $10. These were probably marked at $200, so it raised it up to $210. These were probably marked at $5, so it marked it up to $15, and so on. These were like odd numbers, but it does work. All right, so let's go back to Price Genie. Now, more times than none, you guys are probably going to be using like some of the competitor rules, which these are all dynamic. These are static, these are dynamic. And so the match competitor, what it does is, I'll talk about each one of these and then we'll run through match competitor only, is let's say if you map to a Shopify product, or you map your Shopify product to a competitor product, it's going to basically match their product's price. If they update their price, then your store, Shopify product store product that's mapped to their product will automatically update. You won't have to go in and manually do it. So it doesn't just track it, it actually dynamically updates your product prices. And so that's match competitor. Beat competitor, same concept, but you can, let's say, mark your product like $2 or $1 or 50 cents or however much you want less than their product. So those are single match product rules. If you want to, like, let's say, map 50 competitor products to your one Shopify product, and so match lowest price will, like, it'll basically search through all the competitor prices, and it'll find the lowest prices out of all the competitors to that particular product that's mapped to your product, and it'll match that lower price. This will beat it, but you just have to set it for however much you want it to beat it by, 10%, $10, or what have you. And then stay above lowest price for whatever reason. If you want to select the, out of all 50 competitor prices that's mapped to your product, you want to stay above the lowest price of the lowest price product, then you can do that here. And manual static is something a little bit different. So for the manual static, the cost of the product, let's say if your product costs $5, you input it there. Let's say if you want 10% product margin, based on these different rules, it will actually adjust your price. And it's kind of hard to explain. We would actually have to go through it one by one and then see how it updates the price. But we're not going to have the time to do that today. But that's how it works. And so first we're just going to go through, we're actually going to step through match competitor. And so I'm just going to put in test. But you can put match competitor, you can put whatever you want here. Okay, this is your product. And this is the competitor product. Now, this is the only competitor that's going to display. It's not going to display the private website because this is the only product that you have mapped to that competitor product. So you select on the marketplace and it will show the actual competitor product that was mapped to. So let's say if you have, let's say in Amazon, you found 5 Amazon products that were just like your product, and you map to all 5 of those. All of those will display here, and you just select which ones that you want to create a rule for. And so always keep this active. If you unselect this, then it basically pauses the rule. You can also do that from outside the app, or outside the rule rather. and then you can set your minimum price, maximum price range, and then create rule. So we're creating the rule, and there you go. Okay, and so these are the two rules that we created. This was the static, no, it wasn't a static rule. This was the static rule here that we added $10 to, and this was our dynamic rule. Now, if you want to disable them, they're disabled. For whatever reason, you don't want to run the rules at the time, it'll stop tracking the competitor price, and it will stop updating your prices. And then all you have to do is re-enable it. Checking that toggle inside the rule does the same thing. Remember what I said, it would you can do it outside the rule. So there you go. And so there you go. Match competitor, we're going to enable it. And so from this point on, from this rule, what it will do is it will automatically update your Shopify store prices based on their prices. Whatever rule you set, let's say match competitor, which it lists it here. If they happen to lower their prices on the weekend, guess what? Your prices will automatically lower on the weekends based on whatever rule, match competitor, beat competitor, match lowest price. It'll update your price based on that rule. So that's basically the bread and butter of this app. What I think is more amazing about this app is that not only can it map the marketplaces like Amazon, eBay, Walmart, Target, but it can actually map any private website which may be a competitor of yours, and for me that's pretty amazing. So we'll just kind of step through this we'll breeze through this real quick. Marketplace, we already did that. Plans, you're going to be directed toward this once you first download the app. You'll be gated to this page, and you just basically select whatever plan that you want. I would imagine most of you guys are going to be selecting one of these two, unless you're like a very large e-commerce store. You may be selecting one of these. If you're selecting one of these, you're probably making a lot of money. Marketplace, we went through that. Pricing rules, price history. This will just basically give like any kind of, like our updates, prices haven't updated today, but if you make any updates to your prices, it will actually list it down below. Product matching, we went through that. Match history, these are the true product matches that we made today. So you can see it here. Pretty cool. Now, this is a pretty cool function. Honestly, I don't like to be bothered by emails, but some of you guys may want to be notified, let's say, if your price is updated on your website. And so I already created a rule. I'm going to go ahead and an alert. But I'm going to go ahead and create one. And so I'm going to name it test. And again, just keep that active. If you select that, it's just basically going to pause it. What I would say is just select all products, so that way if any of your prices update, then you'll know. Always keep that selected. If you unselect it, then you need to accept the terms and then select it back. I would say just go with sensitive, so that way you get emailed with any kind of price change. But as you can see, it will basically pre-populate based on what percentage or what quick presets that you want to select. Bam. But I always just do the most sensitive. Price increase threshold. You could just leave this blank. Email, without the email, it's not going to email you, so you want to add your email on here and then add it. Just like that, plain and simple. You can add, custom messages and descriptions, or you can just leave it blank. And there you go. And so now anytime that there's an update in your database and your product prices, you're going to receive an email. So I think that's pretty cool. Analysis. There you go, analysis. I mean, it's pretty much self-explanatory, but every single tab will bring up a different page and give you like analytics. And I was horrible at analytics in college. Now, if you want to create like a custom report, so that way you get emailed report, you can do, I just put test. You can add a description, or you you can leave it blank. Whew, there you go. Daily, weekly, or monthly. Personally, I would want it monthly. Day of the month, whatever day you want, month you want. Now, these are the actual options that you have that would populate the report. So you make sure and then select them all, whatever that you want. And then email only, or you can do both. And it's pretty much self-explanatory. You would get a report in the email, or if you want it PDF attachment, or if you want both. I always do both. I always leave this blank, but if you want to add custom, your custom name and your logo, then so be it. I always leave that blank and then create a report. And now you'll be basically getting a monthly report on everything that occurs in your Shopify store that you selected for those parameters. So that's pretty much it. Hopefully you can stay awake. If you guys have any issues, just give me an email or give me a live chat. You can do that both. The live chat's inside the app, and I also have my email listed in there. Or you can message me here, send me a like, or message me here on the under the YouTube, and then I'll get back with you within 24 hours. If you happen to download my app, and if you have a competitor that you're trying to track, and for whatever reason it's not updating the price, or not updating the price, but it's not mapping the price correctly. Maybe it's mapping the wrong price or something, which can happen on websites. I can say with marketplaces, I try to keep it 100% mapping success rate rather. But on private websites, out of the 100,000 or maybe even millions of websites around the world, if you're running an international business, there's could be a chance there's a certain competitor website that the HTML is a little bit different than what my app is used to, and it's not fetching the price. But I can tell you with 100% certainty that I can fix it. So if you have any problem with a private competitor website that is fetching the wrong price, send me an email, send me a live chat with the URL, and I'll be able to fix it. And that's pretty much it. Hopefully you're still awake. And I'm going to do a separate video more in depth. We kind of breezed through this today, but more in depth on every single rule, every single analytic tab, and we're going to cover everything. And that's pretty much it. Thank you for bearing through this, and have a wonderful day.